Controversy creates connection. You are worth it. What's up, y'all? Check it out. You know, when you have a problem in your relationship or a potential problem, for example, somebody's crossing over a boundary that they didn't know that you have and it's upsetting you, okay, you need to nip it in the bud, right? You need to go talk to the person, because whenever there's a potential problem, there's also, and it's gonna happen, there's a potential, I say it's gonna happen because there's a potential for strengthening and building that firmer foundation, right? But it is gonna happen when you take the time to connect with somebody, friend, spouse, whatever, you're a client. You know, all you have to do is say, hey, let's make time, sit down, talk together face to face, tell them what's going on, ask them what's going on with them, and you end up building a stronger connection, okay? So my advice to you is that don't let the problems get out of hand. Like I said, nip it in the bud, okay? So I'm gonna give you an example from my own life, actually maybe two, because here's one that is it's not a problem with boundaries or anything like that, but my one friend and I, my best friend, we were going out of town 2 weeks ago, and I had never been to this place, so he said, let's ride the train together, okay? So we really didn't work out the details. We just said, okay, meet downtown, and he called me like a bunch of times because we were trying to figure it out. Okay, hey, where you at? Okay, do me a favor, he says, I want you to go to this certain stop. And I was like, which one? Because there's one on the blue line, there's one on the Expo line. So we finally figured that out. So then I get to that stop and I say, wait, I would get close to that stop. I get on the train, finally I get on the right one, and I get on the blue line, and I said, hey, wait a minute, are you getting on, or should I get off and wait for you at that stop? And he's like, yeah, get off and wait. Then he texts me again, he said, hey, I'm here, or called me, he called me and said, hey, I'm at the stop, so just stay on the train, right? So then I said, okay, well, yeah, how are you gonna find me? And so we hung out the phone not knowing how we're gonna find each other. Oh, I said, look to myself, I said, I remembered there were car numbers, because one time I had to call out of an emergency. There was somebody doing something stupid on the train. But anyway, so I told him what car number, he told me what car number he was in, and then I said, well, come over here. So the next stop, he got off and he came over, and I was like, whew, that was a great opportunity to work on our teamwork and our communication skills. So that was amazing, right? So here's another one. Here's another opportunity. This actually just happened just now, so that's why I'm making this. That's why I'm filming this right now. Okay. So I was at the store, and there's this guy there. I wouldn't say we're friends or anything, but we're real cool though. So we don't hang outside of his job. That's why I say we're not friends. But I care about people, right? And every time if I have the opportunity and somebody wants to talk to me, I'm going to listen, because I want to be a great leader, and that's what great leaders do. They listen, and they want to learn and hear other people's hearts, so they can be great leaders and great communicators and learn how to make people feel emotionally safe. And so we can help you, right? Okay, so this guy came over and said, hey, hold on, Liberty, don't leave yet. I want to tell you something, or I want to talk to you or something. And so I went over there, and he was like, you felt some kind of way last time we were talking. You got upset because I wouldn't, you thought that I didn't want to talk to you. And I was like, no, I don't. And then I remember what he was talking about, and I said, you know what, man, it has nothing to do with you. Like, a lot of people are like that. They're afraid to talk to me. I say, you know what the main thing is? I think it's just because most people just don't know how to communicate, and we have stuff that's on our, now that I think of it, this is awesome, even more awesome than I originally thought, because I said we have stuff in our heads and stuff in our hearts, and we want to tell people all these things, but we don't tell them. And I was like, look, if you see something good, you should just say it, that's all, and that's what I try to do, so I try to teach people to say good things, and just give other people encouragement, basically. Show love, man, So then, right, it's funny because right after I said that, I didn't even think about it at the time, but shortly after I said that, it was like a 10-minute conversation, And he started telling me, you know what, out of all the people that I see here in LA, you're actually making it, you're doing it, you were a hard worker, and you're in making films and all this stuff. And so yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm a hustler. So that felt good. Like, he was giving me encouragement, right? And he was like, well, listen, I don't know if you need to hear this. And he was just telling me, he's like, I think you just need to be reminded, like, don't care about what people think and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I kind of do sometimes, but don't believe me. I know. But I said, if I cared about what people think, I wouldn't have slept outside in LA for 2 years so I can make it in this industry, But it was awesome because I felt like, oh man, that's cool. Like, I must have done something right to make this dude feel emotionally safe, that he could start opening up and saying all these things to me. He was standing there talking to me for 10 minutes and he's never done that. So I feel like that's progress. I feel like, look at myself and give myself a fist bump. I'm proud of myself because I know for a fact that that's, I cannot change your feelings, and but I can make you feel safer to be able to talk to me. So I'm glad I did that, accomplish something. But the point is, though, whenever there's a problem, you should deal with it, because like I said, it's an opportunity to build a firmer foundation, build bigger. You should not, a lot of people, the mistakes they make is they build a little bit and then they get intimidated, they get frustrated, they lose their patience with one person, and so they go to another person, and that's why people's lives are so unfulfilling, because they give up on people all the time and then wonder why people give up on them. So don't give up on other people, and then they won't give up on you. Just and maybe not the same people, but you'll find people that are like you, who don't want to give up and who do want to strengthen relationships and build firm foundations. Because once you do that, you'll build a firm foundation that it's gonna be like unshakable, unbreakable. You don't need to build that strong of a relationship with like 1 million people, and it's not gonna happen overnight. You can't do it like that. You can't pressure people. You can't do it quickly. You gotta try, start small, get to know somebody, but just don't give up on people, because if you give up on others, you're giving up on yourself, because you just don't feel competent enough. You don't feel like you're worthy enough. But you know something? You are worth it. So show love, stick it out, make the time for other people, and take opportunities to strengthen relationships, okay? Controversy creates connection. You are worth it. Love you.